What could be more terrifying than being KUP, stranded on an alien planet battling the merciless Sharktacon?
Meet Sergeant Slaughter and his Triple T tank.
Sergeant Slaughter is now a part of G.I. Joe.
And look out, Cobra!
Sergeant Slaughter comes with Triple T tank.
It's sold separately from Hasbro.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, Transformers and G.I. Joe collaborative set, the Triple T KUP. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing, transforming, and reviewing the Transformers and G.I. Joe collaborative set, Autobot KUP Triple T with Leatherneck and Sergeant Slaughter. Cool, man. I've been waiting for this set. I actually got it a little bit early, I think. I know some people are starting to get it right away. Hasbro Pulse has been delaying things a couple of times here and there. It moves up, it moves back, it moves up again. Anyways, I ordered from Amazon this time. Came early, on time, bumped up from November 1st, and we're still in September, so I can't complain there. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the box. Here you have a nice split cover. You have Transformers on this side and G.I. Joe on this side. Here you can see KUP out of transformation from the Triple T, and on this side you have Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck. Slaughter is in the Triple T itself. You have a semi-windowed look right here of the two figures in there. Pretty cool, very retro and vintage looking, so pretty awesome. At the top, here you have the grid pattern with KUP, Triple T, and the figures. G.I. Joe pattern over here, Autobot KUP, Triple T, G.I. Joe. This side, G.I. Joe again. On the bottom is your UPC. There's your G.I. Joe 2024 X Autobot Transformers Collaborative. This side, you have the Transformer look with the Autobot grid behind it. On the back, you see Autobot KUP Triple T. And you got some weapons stored on the back of the little vehicle itself. And the side, you have KUP all transformed out of vehicle mode into bot mode with the figures on each side of them. Here's a little window showing them up on his back. So really cool. Looking forward to this set. And that's the box for you. So, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and delve right into it. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, so how are we going to do this? I think we're going to go ahead and take our little mail opener here and see if we can peel the tape off. Okay, so here we go. Slide it apart. And Hasbro. We were able to salvage the front and back of the stickers, but the tops and bottoms had to get cut. But that's okay. Let's get these pieces out of here. We'll check out the inner brown box. Big Hasbro logo. G.I. Joe 2024 Autobot. Top same. Spin it around to the back. Top secret Cobra file. Listen up, maggots. Cobra and the cons are striking at us harder than ever. But they're going to think twice after we whip you recruits into shape. Slaughterbot style. Training starts at 0600. Cool. Nice little quote from Slaughter there. Pop this open, and let's get a view of the inside. So there you go. There's KUP. Got a couple of treads here. There's the carded figures down there. And we'll start pulling this out. So, instructions, crap. And there's our carded figures. Get them out to the side. Pull out this insert, and let's get this box out of here. Alright, so first let's go ahead and go over our little instruction manual. I'm going to leave this out because we may need it. Never had to transform a Triple T before. Alright, get this fully open. Check out all the steps. You got 13 on the front from bot to mid-tank. And then more continue on to the back from 14 to 34. And ending with your finished product. So that could take a minute. But I guess first let's go ahead and go over the figures. And we'll start with Leatherneck. So, very retro looking card. It looks good. You see he's got a backpack. He's got his M16-ish weapon. And there's the figure. Now, if I still collected O-rings, I would definitely, you know, pop these open. But I don't, and I think they're just fine in the card. I'll throw them into a case and display them like this, like I do with the rest of my O-ring figures. But it looks good. I like that kind of an exclusive little art pick down here at the bottom. And then you have Leatherneck's file card on the back. I'll go ahead and let you read it if you would like to pause it. Alright, so unpunched card, very cool. Put that off to the side, and then we'll bring in Slaughter. So here he is. Nice card art, looks great. Just like the San Diego Comic-Con 2010. This would be the Triple T version that they released that year. Here's the figure. It's got his little baton here. Round to the back. Got the same art at the bottom. And the file card at the top. And here's a close-up for you. Go ahead and pause if you'd like to read it. Alright. So there's our two figures. We're not going to open these as we normally don't. So we'll put them off to the side. And now we'll bring in our insert back in with Cup. So lay this down, check out the back. There is a little baggie on here. You can see it's a Transformer look. It's got the Autobot symbol on it. And the tape is stuck to it, so we're just going to go ahead and tear it open like that. And get out the contents. So there we go. Nice vintage style gun. And right here, you got a couple missiles. Cool, man. Just like opening a vintage vehicle. And here's the other gun for the opposite side. And it looks like about it for that little packaging. And now, we gotta snap all these little goodies out, which is always fun. So we'll go ahead and speed through this. Alright. One part out. Alright. Get that cardboard out of here. Is it just me or that shit hurt your fingers, man? But anyway, here is Cup. Kind of bulky in the chest. Leg color looks good. Arm color up here looks good. The green's a little off. You see he's got an Autobot insignia right here on his left shoulder. USA right over the chest. He's got a KDP3 1586 on each, I guess, shin. On the side of his chest right here, Sergeant Slaughter. Under the arm, G.I. Joe. Sergeant Slaughter again, and G.I. Joe. Very cool. Flip those feet around, see how he stands. Nice ratchets in the arms. There he is. And then you have your two pieces of tread here. The same, just opposite. Say United States on each side. Wheel at the bottom. Alright, so cool. I guess let's go ahead and check out his articulation before we transform him, just to see, you know, how well he does. So here's your head up here, and it can spin a full 360 down, not much up at all. Over to the shoulders, arms can come up that high. They can rotate a full 360 with a very loud ratchet. He's got some bicep swivel, got a hinge at the elbow. The arms can come up that far. They can also go backward. See, the hands can rotate a full 360 as well. See, you can do some waist swivel. Doesn't look like any forward or back motion. Leg can come out to the side that far. Forward that far. Back that far. Some thigh swivel. Hinge at the knee. And then you've got your toe on a set of clips here at the bottom to fold in and out. So not too bad. You see, he looks a little bulky, but it'll work. The green just is kind of odd with him. So if you want to, you can take these little guns and go ahead and plug them into each of his hands so he can pretty much dual wield, almost like they're pistols. Spin that, turn them up. Spin that hand. There you go. Pew, pew, pew. Neat. Okay, the transformation. So first, we're going to take our cup and bring in the accessory pieces. So we have these two back tread parts. So each side has this hole in it. If you look at his back, he has these two hinge pieces. You take that hole and you just simply pop it right on like that. And the same on this side. Bring it in, line up that hole, snap it into place, and fold it up like that. So you want to go ahead and take your arms. You want to keep these two little tab pieces folded inward, but you're going to go ahead and lift your arms like that, spin them around so this flat edge is facing up. Do that on both sides, and then take your hands and fold them in. So same here and here, just like that. And that's your first step. Now, you want to go ahead and take this little joystick, fold that down if you want. I mean, you really don't have to, but you can. And you want to detach the chest, just like that. It's held in by the two tabs that go here and here. And then you want to pull the back up some. You're going to fold this down a bit, push this up from the inside, so that way you can get his head up. Spin that around. Detach these shoulders up here and here, so his head will slide down in there. Put that piece back down, fold that up, and then bring that down, and you got his head covered. Back part, and it can be tricky, but just go ahead and fold your arms in, and then right here at the shoulder hinge, you're gonna fold those outward like that, and bring them on inside. Make sure that these treads are out of the way, and you want to bring them in about to like here and here. Bring those arms together, something like that. Then you'll take that hinge and attempt to put these forward. So you can detach it if you want. Let me make it a little easier. And then snap that into place. Just try to get it around that, see if this will come in. Yeah, that side it didn't have to detach. You bring it in like that, and then you almost have your back done. Now up at the front, we're gonna go ahead and bring that up. You're gonna take this grill here, rotate it around to get something like that. Push that back. You can bring this down and start messing with those little hinges right here to where you have kind of something like that. It's not totally done, but it will be. Fold that up, and now we'll mess with the legs. So legs are pretty simple. You're simply going to just turn those inward, and then you can kind of tab them in onto the top, here and here, just like that. Fold those feet in, bring out these little flaps here, and then you want to go ahead and start bringing these fronts up like that. Bring it down to where it's more flush, and just start feeding it back, and hopefully they'll meet up and start tabbing into each other. Get that little lock on there. On the inside, you want to make sure them forearm tabs are still sticking out, and pop them into the sides of these back tread pieces here. And there you go. And then you should be able to start just tabbing it all together. Push it back, make sure it's in place. Place in place. Bring these pieces up to where they line up. You want to line them greens up with the seat. Same with this side. Kind of get that folded in right there. And then bring your front down. Slide it on in. And then the tabs on the inside there should be semi lined up to lock into place. If you have it on a flat surface, it might work a little better. Spin over here. Try to do the seam. These things can be a bitch. So something like that. Almost together. Take your front treads, fold them up, and pop them to the top. Just like that and that. These got these little skirts in the front that you want to fold down. And there you go. Not too bad, pretty simple. To finish it off, you bring in your two guns. You plug one into the side here. And one into the side right there. And you bring in your two missiles. Attach these on each side, here and here. Fold that up. And there is your cup as Triple T. Very cool. All right, now let's have a little fun. Let's go ahead and bring in a few figures. First, we're gonna start off with a vintage Rampart. So just to see how the figures sit inside, we're gonna go ahead and put him on in the cockpit here. And he fits well, like you would expect. So there you go. There's a vintage O-ring figure, and we'll get him out of here. Next, we're going to bring in a Walmart G.I. Joe Retro Duke. We will bend them legs a bit and slide him down in there, see how he fits. And he does fit. The holster is backing him up some. He's a little high, but he does fit inside there. I think if we bent his legs a little more, it might be a little more stable in there. So he does fit. So let's get rid of Duke. And then we're gonna try a larger figure, and we have a Retaliation Roadblock here. He probably is not going to fit, but we'll see how he looks. Just so you have the idea for larger modern figures, and he's a bit too large. He will go in, not all the way like you would hope, but he does. And now for the weapons, flip it around to the back, and he has these spaces on the back of the Triple T. So we'll use this Classic Joe weapon here and see how it fits somehow. Let's go ahead and just mess around with it. Go on right there, spin it around, it can go on right there. So yeah, there is some weapon storage on here, which is nice. I think it's more meant for the figures, weapons that, you know, actually came with the Triple T. But yeah, some will fit, some won't. Depends what you want to put where, but just to get an idea. So now let's go ahead and transform him back into bot mode. And we'll start with taking off our guns on each side, pulling out these missiles, and start to detach it a bit. So we get that up, bring these tread pieces down, so just get them popped down there and there, and just untab all over the place just to get it nice and loose. Here, fold them parts back in, we'll spin that around, and we'll get these legs, separate the tread, and pull these legs back up, snap these back down, bring the feet out, do the same for this side. That up, and just like that, legs are done. All right, to the back, I'm gonna go ahead and detach these back treads, pull them back with that hinge, get those arms, lift it out, lay that down, pull this up, push that head through, spin it around, and push that back down, lay the back down, put the head up, and then bring our chest up, bring up these arms, snap them onto the shoulders, and then we can tap our chest back in, like that. Bend some arms back around, spin them some. We want to go this way with it a bit, so it looks a little better. Same on this side. And bring your back pieces up. Doesn't really matter where. Get them up like that. Straighten up our camera. And there is Kup back in bot mode. So now we're going to go ahead and get him in a pose, throw him up on the turntable, and we'll give you some final thoughts.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Alright, so here you have it. The Transformers and G.I. Joe Collaborative KUP as Triple T with Leatherneck and Sergeant Slaughter. Well, this was a very interesting set, I gotta say. As much as I remember KUP, you know, in the two-tone blue, adding the cream white and green to him is a little different, but it works. I actually think fitting KUP in, being an old head himself, with Sergeant Slaughter really is a good combo. That really worked out. Throw Leatherneck into the mix, and, you know, it's destined to win. It's a simple, basic faction that, oh my god, these guys work so perfectly together, and I really like it. The transformation from bot mode into vehicle mode for my first attempt seemed a little tricky. Mainly it was lining up all those tabs to plug in properly. But as you can see in the video, is a little here and there, some editing, but we got it, and it looks fine once it's all together into vehicle mode. It really looks good. Transforming him out of vehicle mode back to bot mode was super simple. You know, once you did the first transformation, it was totally fine to go through it with, and I had no issues. But overall, I think this is a really nice set. I like the fact that you can fit a modern figure inside. I don't have a spare Slaughter or like someone bigger like Roadblock or Repeater, you know, near me, so I can't fit a larger figure in there to see how they look. But we tried out the Rise of Cobra General Hawk from the pit, and he fit absolutely fine. Perfect. I like it. So that's good news. But now I can't wait for the next ones. I think the rumors are Optimus Prime as a Mobat and with a General Hawk, so that should be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens with that one. But when they keep kicking these out, I'm going to keep grabbing them. And if you're into that type of thing, you know, pick them up. I do think it's a nice new addition, you know, with the Transformers and G.I. Joe collaboration. It works good, and I like the fact that you can actually transform the vehicle into a Transformer or vice versa. You know, really, really neat. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media. We got more G.I. Joe videos coming for the rest of this week, all the way through the weekend, so be sure to tune in and check them out. And until then, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.